Welcome everybody to the Tuesday night Life Matters training webinar. Thanks for joining us. Actually, this is a recorded session because many of us are live in Las Vegas at GoPro right now. And so this is for you guys to be able to, dig in and learn more about building your Life Matters business. And what we know right now that's happening in Life Matters is there's many people joining on a daily basis. And so we want to make sure for you guys, especially those of you who are new or those of you who have never done network marketing before, that you know how to do a strategy review with your new person who's just joined the business. So I'm actually, believe it or not, going to be doing a live strategy review today. And before I bring on my guest who's agreed to do her strategy review here for the very first time with me online live with you guys, I just wanted to show you something here. So the strategy review is posted in your training center, and not only is the strategy review document there, there's this little video right here that you can actually watch alongside doing your strategy review. So here's the great thing about this business is we've created every tool for you to have success, even if you have zero upline support, which you won't have here, of course. But let's say you're brand new and then you sponsor 5 people who are brand new and you guys, none of you are clear on how to do a strategy review. Well, the great thing is that right here above the document is a video to walk you through your own, okay? So what you want to do before doing your strategy review is your training. Training matters. And so the very first thing you do when you join Life Matters or when you have a new person join is you plug them into the training and you say, hey, it's about 2 hours of online video. When do you think you can finish it? In the next couple of days. And then you book your new distributor's strategy review session right there the day they enroll, a couple days out. This will set your new team members up for tremendous success. So then you plug them into getting their training. They need to watch all of the videos on the basics, all of the videos on the 5 steps of our system, and then that will lead them to their strategy review document, which is the last step. Now, here's something to think about. As you get on the call, you can either meet in person or get on a phone call or a Skype. You do not have to be face-to-face to do these strategy reviews. They're meant to be about 30 minutes, maybe an hour max. But what I do when I get on to do a strategy review with somebody is I make sure that they've done their training. So you will hear me asking, I'm going to do a strategy review with Kristen here and do it exactly how I would do it with anybody. So I'm going to encourage you guys to ask your new person, have you had a chance to do the training? And if they tell you no, say, okay, great, let's reschedule your strategy review. When can you get the training done? Otherwise, you're going to be giving them all of the training, and that's not the purpose of a strategy review. The purpose of a strategy review is that they've done their training, they get to get their questions answered, you get to find out what kind of a vision they have for building here in Life Matters, and then boom, you guys go off running successfully, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to roll right into a real live strategy review here with Kristen Toby, who is in Texas, and I'm in Honolulu, Hawaii. How cool is technology? Kristen, please hop on and join me.
Hi.
Hi, it's so great to see you, and thank you so much for volunteering and being brave to do this with me live for everybody else so we can really help them to learn how to do one properly, what kinds of questions are the right questions to ask as going through this, and just you being willing to do this with me. So I'm totally excited to do your strategy review with you, and welcome to the tribe.
I'm so excited, Kimmy. Thank you.
I'm so excited that you've joined us, and Susan Sabo in Honolulu is Kristen's sponsor. And so let's get started. First and foremost, did you have a chance to do the training?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So you've done all of the training in the basics. You did the videos plus the system videos.
Correct. All videos.
Okay, awesome. You guys, a lot of times what I'll find is that people say, yeah, I've done the training, and they don't even know that there's videos in those sections. So just make sure you ask. So, okay, Kristen, cool. You guys, Kristen's done network marketing before, so I'm going to pretend like she's never done network marketing before and explain to her how I would be explaining to any new person the importance of our system here in Life Matters. And so, Kristen, here's the deal with our company is that we've created a really easy system to follow. And so when you know that system and you can follow it, then you get to plug your new people into the exact same system. And so your business will start to grow and duplicate. So it's really important that you understand what that system is and that you utilize it, and then that you're able to teach your team to do the same. So having said that, are you familiar with what the 5 steps of our system are?
I am.
Okay, I'm going to test you. What are they?
So first, you want to go ahead and invite somebody to take a look. Then you're going to present. Then you're going to enroll and support those that join you. And then those who don't, you're going to go ahead and follow up with them. And then those that did join you, step 5 is you're advancing because you're naturally growing your business.
Bing, ding, 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 ding. You get a gold star. That was perfect. Let's talk a little bit about step 3, which is presenting. And let's just talk about the fact that in step 3 step 2 is presenting. Let's talk about getting comfortable using that flip chart, okay? Mm-hmm. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna start practicing the flip chart. You're gonna wanna watch the flip chart video. You're gonna wanna download the actual PDF, or if you wanna do PowerPoint, however it works for you. You're gonna wanna make some note cards, and you're gonna wanna get comfortable doing the flip chart yourself. Now, you are more than welcome to share with your people that you're showing the business the flip chart video, but we encourage everybody to learn how to do a flip chart presentation. And so obviously the more you practice, the more comfortable it will become. And the great thing is there's all of the talking points. And so do you feel confident to do that?
I do, yeah. And I've printed them out. I haven't practiced them yet. So, but
cool.
I like it.
Cool. Awesome. And so are you clear on all of these steps? Do you have any questions in those steps of the system?
I am good. The one question on the webinar, is it the webinar where they can obviously type in the questions, right? So it's the live webinar. And then plus we have the recorded ones we can send.
For showing the presentation?
Correct.
Yeah, so we have a live webinar every Tuesday night, and then we have the recorded webinar from that Tuesday that you can use for the week to send people. But there's also the flip chart presentation video, which is just a voiceover. And it's like, I don't know, maybe 18 minutes, and you can just send them that link too. So you have all those options.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so let's move into, and as you guys can see here, it still says Life Shots. We're in the process of updating all of our materials still. Remember, our transition over to Life Matters is not complete yet. What is the reason? These questions right here are actually really important for you to understand the insight of the person who you've just brought into the business. And so it's not just asking the surface question, it's actually getting a little bit deeper. So with you, Kristen, what was it that had you say yes to Life Matters? Not like, oh, I love the people or I love the products, but like, what is it that had you say, I want to build this business? What do you want to have? What do you want to get out of this?
I want to create my life. I want to be able to, I'm my own boss right now as a health coach, but creating time for money is limiting to me. So I've always believed in network marketing as a business. So I love the company and the tribe here, and I believe that this is going to create whatever I want. And I'm very mobile. I travel the world, so I can take this business with me and meet people all over the world. And to me, that is key.
Okay, cool. So what in that reason then is going to be strong enough to keep you going when you hit roadblocks? Because as you know, network marketing is challenging. There's highs and lows. So what is going to be the reason that actually keeps you in the game versus saying, I'm not going to do this anymore? What is powerful enough to keep you here?
It has to go back to creating a life that I want, which is what my mom and I were working towards, which is changing lives, but changing our own in the process. So when days are hard and you get up and you're like, oh my gosh, who am I going to speak to today? Who's going to tell me no? It doesn't matter, because I see the end goal. I see the freedom. I see my mountain home. I see my ocean home. I see the friends that I have around the world. And all of that is important enough to me to keep going, because I can't go back into an office job, which is why I'm a health coach and I work for myself. But I'm limited now with my income. And so I want that in order to change more and change more lives, because I can actually reach more people with this than sitting down one-on-one with my clients. And that's
okay. So what I took from what you just said that to me feels kind of like the core and the essence of what's important to you is freedom. Freedom and changing people's lives. So freedom, what does freedom look like to you? And the reason I ask you this, Kristen, is that when I get an essence of what freedom is to you, I now can send you little articles that come up that are like, wow, that's what Kristen talked about. So I, as your sponsor, I'm not really her sponsor, but if I were, I could keep her engaged in the reason why she's doing this. So this is really juicy, this part right here, this why I joined Life Shots. Okay, you guys? So for you, what does freedom, like, what would that, for you to be totally free, what would your life look like?
totally free means that when I get up, I choose my day, who I spend it with, what actions I'm doing, where I'm living. So it's that mountain home, it's the ocean home, it's doing my sports and my athletics, it's being able to have the time to be creative, to speak, and to write. Those are the things that I like to do.
Okay, cool. So those are really important pieces, you guys. She likes to speak, she likes to write, she likes to have her exercise and have a mountain home and an ocean home. So I'm gonna actually get to the mountain and ocean homes in another part of what I'm asking you here. So now I'm going to move into a little bit of a materialistic question on this. What would you love to do? What's one thing in your life that you have thought, if only I had the money, I would go do this today? What's one big thing that you would love to do that actually is a financial thing? Like, you know, I'd love to hop on a plane and take a first class trip to Jamaica or whatever it may be. What's something you would love to do? Go on an all-out shopping trip, you know, just one thing that you would love to do.
I would love to go on a week heli ski up in Alaska or Canada, and that's about 20 grand for the week. So I would love to go do that.
Okay, that's awesome. So heli ski, 20 grand a week in Canada. Is that what you said? Canada?
Alaska, yep.
Okay, Alaska. So, okay, so like what I want you to do is get really clear on exactly how much that costs, and would you take a first class ticket to get to Alaska, and who would you go with, and elaborate that in your what I would love to do. So you're very clear on that.
I would love to have a brand new set of skis, powder skis, with my really fun, bright outfit, grabbing the man that I love and friends, and we all fly first class up to Alaska, where we stay at a beautiful lodge, and we do heli ski. 7 days is a lot, but probably 7 days, which is over 20 grand. And it's great food as well. So it's not like you're living out of a campsite. There's some really good food and great scenery.
Okay. So do you guys see how she just lit up talking about that? Like, that is the essence of getting somebody to what's exciting for them and having them come to life, okay? We now know what inspires Kristen. Huge. So you kind of said, I'd love to have these awesome skis. What's another thing that, like, let's think big, another materialistic thing, one thing that you would absolutely love to have, like, you know, I don't know, a car, or is there anything that you're like, oh, I want that?
House. And it doesn't have to be a big house, but a house in a beautiful location. So either right by the beach, so I can surf and be by the beach, or a house right in the mountains, so I have a place to just go that's my own, ski in, ski out. Boom, right there, either in Colorado or somewhere else, just right there. And it's my house with the 4-wheel drive car to get me everywhere.
Okay, so what I want you to do is, not right now, but I want you to take some time and write on both of those homes, where they are, how much they cost, who will be there with you. You said the beach with surfing, okay, where, and where in the mountains, and get really clear on that, and just elaborate on all of those things we've talked about, so you have a really crystal vision of what you're going to create.
Okay.
And what would you love to become as a Life Matters tribe member? Like, this is more about who you grow into as a person. What's something that is important to you to get out of being here as a person?
I really would love to embrace the leadership skills and learn how to help others duplicate and get what they want. So building that team, having all the knowledge is one thing, but being able to teach it in a way that other people understand and can apply, and then speaking from stage on that, and really working with my team around the world, I would love to become that leader, that trainer, that inspiration for others to create that change. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. So you want to be a powerful leader.
Yes.
So I want you to, again, elaborate on what that looks like in your writing, okay?
Okay.
Like as if it's right now today.
Okay.
And who, when you are like, oh my gosh, I've done it. I am creating this amount of money residually here at Life Matters. Who are you going to celebrate with? Who do you see surrounded yourself by?
Oh, the friends that have been there with me from Colorado, from Bermuda, my boyfriend that's just taking some convincing, but once I'm there and I can prove that, you know, even when you fail and fumble through things, you make it and it's sweet because you worked your butt off for it and you became a better person because of that. So bringing all those people with me that over the years were like, really? And they didn't really quite understand. And then I'm like, hey, why don't you come to my beach home right there with the surf and see the sunrise? And don't worry, the flight's on me.
Awesome. I love it. That's awesome. So Susan, you've got some really good juice here for Kristen. Okay, let's move into your income goals. So what will you be excited about to be making in 6 months from now?
I really want $2,000 a month in 6 months from now. Consistent.
Okay. And let me ask you this. This is a really good question, not just for you, but for everybody. So when you guys get someone who says in 6 months, I want to be making $10,000 a month, or, you know, like a large number. So let me ask you, like, currently, does that reflect where you are income wise right now? Do you make $2,000 a month in your income now? And if you make more than that, you know, like it's really about getting people to be realistic about their income goals. Because a lot of times people have this wacky $10,000 a month in 6 months, which is possible, but like, okay, where are you at today in your income? What is the relativity to where you want to be in Life Matters in 6 months? How long did it take you to get to that income level in whatever you're doing now? So $2,000 a month in 6 months is very doable goal. And how much time are you willing to put into your business in the next 6 months to get to that amount of income?
I would think 2 hours a day, just even doing the presentations alone takes an hour. So, and then inviting people, 2 hours a day is really, if you just do 5 days a week, 10 hours a week minimum.
Okay, yeah. It's going to take you, and you're going to, you know, in order to launch and get your business up and running where you've got a consistent $2,000 a month for in the next 6 months, you're going to need to be very consistent. Yeah. So it's not like dabble here, dabble there. It's like consistency. And then obviously that 2,000 is a very good base to move you to your 2-year goal, which, what is that?
10,000 a month.
10,000 a month in 2 years from now. So again, 10,000 a month would resemble you having a very nice team. And so in 2 years from now, if you've got this big team, are you committed to, you know, really being involved in Life Matters? That's you know, 10,000 a month is really looking at this as a career.
Yes, hands down. This is what I want to do along with my health coaching. The two kind of coincide.
Great. So you guys, this is really important for you to get clear with your team member to set their expectations. Anyone expecting to make $10,000 a month in a 2-year time period and their income currently is, you know, $3,000 a month, and they're thinking they want to do this very, very, very part-time, it's just not in alignment with your goals. So we just always want to set people up to win versus creating a false expectation of what's possible. And so just letting people know, like, hey, this is not a lotto ticket. This takes work. And obviously, if you build from a great platform and you get off to a fast start and you have this awesome first 6 months, then boom, into your next 2-year springboard is pretty much a no-brainer. So how about 4 years from now?
So originally I had 20,000 a month in 4 years. I don't know if that's too low.
Well, let's, you know what, here's the deal. The hardest part is the first part. It's getting to that first milestone. And if you can get to the first milestone, then there's no reason why you can't get to your second. So 20,000 a month is great. And then if you decide in, 6 months from now, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm making 5,000 a month already, you could reset your goals and we can start over. So for now, let's just put those. I think those are realistic. And, in order to get a 4-year career of $20,000 a month residual of income, you just have to be totally committed for the next 4 years to be very consistent with your activity. Okay, great. Okay, so let's move into these little extras. Have you read the 4-year career and do you understand it?
Yes, and I love it.
Okay, so you guys, it's not just have you read the 4-year career, it's do you understand it? The 4-year career is the building block of our business here in Life Matters. It's the tool that we use to help people get educated about network marketing. And what we know to be true is that people are definitely loving the products, loving the leadership, not sure about the business model. So what would be the most natural thing to educate people about? The business model, and help people get belief in the business model. And so if you're sitting here trying to convince someone why our company is better than another company, or why network marketing is so amazing, people put up a wall. So this tool is huge. And so Kristen, I encourage you to get familiar with the concepts, know what your favorite concept in the book is, and use this as your primary building block for your business. So when you get met with resistance, you simply do not try to defend or prove. You say, hey, would you be open to reading this book right here in this chapter? It really talks about what you're talking about with me. And you hand someone the book. So the more our vision, Richard's vision and my vision, is that you know this book so well you can teach it yourself. So I'm going to encourage you to continue studying it and get very fluent in that book, okay?
Got it.
Do you understand the team office?
I do, not completely, but I definitely have been poking around. It's kind of like, you know where the library is, you just don't know where every book in the library is right now. So I know it and it's good. I'm pretty familiar, and obviously through the training tabs, because I wanted to learn that in the system so that I understood what my team was going to go through once they started with me. So
awesome. The tab called Marketing Center has lots of stuff. I find that's a place that people aren't right sure about, where like the webinars are posted and tools for doing your in-home events and stuff like that. So Marketing Center tab is a really good one to futz around in. Okay. And do you understand the difference between Prospect Manager and Automated System?
So the Prospect Manager, I've been putting in my list, my people, and adding. The Automated Prospecting System, I just went in today, and somebody that was on my list, I realized you could scroll up and they showed up down here, and then I can put them into the automated system, which is either one, sending them through the system so they can opt in for the intro pack in a book, or two, just sending them straight to the wake-up call and they get the book, so it's the business, and that's generated for me. The emails are sent out automatically. It's a nice little system of 5-day follow-up. Versus the Prospect Manager, I can go in and add what video I sent. Everything's recorded, which is great for me moving forward, but it's not as automated, obviously, as the APS.
You are like a A+ student. You get not only a gold star, you're going to get some kind of surprise and delight. I am impressed. Okay, awesome. Are you registered for the next company event?
So it's April 8th through the 10th, and I should be in South Africa, but I'm going to get a flight back early to make that.
Okay, so that's right. Well, what if you qualify for the cruise?
Oh, well, I live from Galveston. I'm like 45 minutes from Galveston right now anyway, so.
Will you be in some crazy country then?
Yeah, I leave in 2 weeks for the UK and then Hong Kong, so send me photos.
We're going to have to get you on that cruise if you qualify, Missy. Okay, so the cruise is in February, and are you setting your sights on winning that cruise?
I'm motivated by long term. So I love the cruise and I love the idea, but it's just the actual things every single day consistently for my long-term goal of $20,000 a month. That's what I'm going for. So if I make the cruise as part of that, that just means I'm doing the correct activities daily anyway. So
awesome. That was a great answer. Richard's going to love you even more. So here's what I want you to know about the cruise and about our events is, like I said, you guys, Kristen's done network marketing before. A lot of companies have these events, and you know, whoo, whoop-de-doo, super fun. But ours is going to be actually very engaged work. So we always believe that when we're together as a group, we want to take advantage of that time and do intense training. So if you come, you will get some really amazing training from Richard. And so I would love to see you on that cruise. So we're going to have to figure out how to get you there from wherever you are in the world.
South Africa.
Yes. Are you familiar with the calls, training times, and you have those on your calendar?
Yes. Sunday night and then Tuesday night, the webinar training and then the biz op.
Awesome. Have you joined the Facebook? I know you're in Freedom Tribe Builders and you're just start friending Life Shots, Life Matters members that you start seeing pop up. It's great to get to know each other. So you're all good on this page. So let's move into.
Oh, sorry. In your strategy, one that's recorded, you said to hashtag, was it Life Tribe? It's Life Matters and Life Tribe. Is that what you said?
Vibe Tribe.
Vibe Tribe. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Your upline sponsor is
Susan Zavo.
Their sponsor is
you.
Yes, very good. Okie dokie. Now, let me just go back to that, you guys. This is really great for you as your team starts growing. What's going to happen is you're going to have people, you know, 8, 20 levels down, and they're going to be like, I don't have any idea who my upline leader is. And you just want people to know who their sponsor is, and then their sponsor, and then their sponsor. So in case somebody in that line is not engaged in the business, you have access to somebody who is. This business is definitely about reaching out, getting coaching, getting support. And so we want to make sure you know who you get your support from. Okay, now for the probably most important part of building a network marketing business that people skip, your names list. So let me ask you this. How many people do you have on your names list?
On this sheet, 20, but I have a Excel spreadsheet that I did before this list that has like 250. And
Awesome.
then I've written some hand ones, about 100, because I had to make sure who they were, because they were from Facebook.
Great. This is great, Kristen. So this list right here, your first list, is really meant to be the names of people who would take a look at what you're doing simply because of the relationship you have with them. So not like, oh, this person really needs it, I'm gonna put them on the list. Oh, this person, God, I just would love to work with them. No, this list is people who are actually gonna look because you've asked. And the reason we do it that way is that then you have 20 people who will actually look, and then you start going to the periphery of people like, oh, I'd love to work with her, she'd be amazing, you know, this person looks fun. But these are people who you have a relationship with, they like you, they trust you, and so they'll take a look just because of that.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys, I'm not going to go through every name on Kristen's list, but when I do a strategy review on the telephone with somebody, what I do is I say, okay, let's take a look at your list. So Kristen, look at your list and tell me, excuse me, tell me how many people of the 20 are local in your area?
About 15.
Okay, so you've got 15 local and you've got 5 who aren't local. So for the 5 who aren't local, how do you want to reach out to those 5? Do you want to use a webinar and invite them on a webinar, or do you want to get on a call and ask them to take a look and send them a recorded webinar? What do you want to do?
I'm old school. I like to pick up the phone and then do the flip chart presentation, like or even using your video that you do, the 20-minute video that's recorded, and then have Susan come in on the call. That's what I normally do.
Okay, perfect. So you are clear on how you're going to invite each of them to look.
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's just do a role play with one of those names. Give me the name.
Okay, let's do Kathy Robinson.
Okay, so where does Kathy live?
30 minutes from me.
Okay, and what does she do for a living?
She owns Kaya Fitness.
Okay, cool. And so how do you want to call Kathy and invite her to look?
Okay, I'm cheating because I just did this morning, but I called her and asked her to take a look, and I drove out and met her in person, and I showed her your video, your flip chart, and then we had Susan call in.
Okay. So how did you invite her to take a look so that these guys can hear?
Okay, so I called out to her and just said, hey, we haven't spoken in a while. I'd love to hear what's going on with you. And she goes, oh my gosh, it's so funny you called. I was just thinking about you. I'm going through this. And I said, well, that's really funny because the reason I called is I found something that I really love, and you just mentioned that you loved health and you wanted to help women and work with them. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, it'd be so fun if we could do this together and work with it. I'd love to show it to you. Do you have time sometime early next week, Monday or Tuesday? She goes, absolutely, let's meet Tuesday. I said, great, what time?
And so you went out there today already, or you're going out there?
Correct, I went out there this morning.
And how'd it go?
It went wonderfully well. I'm gonna send her a intro pack.
Cool.
If she wants to try it, but it was a long conversation with Susan. She talked a lot. It was in depth. It was good, so. Okay,
great. Did you, when you went and met with her, did you give her some samples right on the spot to try?
I have nothing with me. I don't have any product yet.
She's brand new. Okay. Okay, so in the future, when you go to meet with somebody live in person, and you bring them an intro pack, make sure that you let them try the shake and the shot with you so that they don't think they have to do something special and then the box sits for 5 days or 2 months or never gets opened, okay? We find that people are much more apt to use the products if you give them a sample right there and they see how easy it is to use. So always show them how to do their shake and their shot, whether you want to bring an extra one of each or open up their box and give them one of those.
Perfect.
Okay, let's talk about somebody else that you want to invite. And here's the thing too, you guys, we don't recommend, now Kristen's got experience in network marketing, so she's confident, so she's not nervous to go and talk to people. But for those of you who have never done this before, don't go through your 20 names. Don't go out and just call 20 names and get 0 response back. Only check in and do 2 invites and then get back to your sponsor and let them know how it went before you move forward with the rest of your list. So let's talk about somebody else on your list that you want to contact. Maybe give me a name that you're actually nervous to talk to.
Absolutely. So there is a gentleman he's named John Coletta. He is my old boss and a CFO of Pete's Coffee out in California.
Okay.
Yes. Now he's an athlete. So in terms of the product, I would just love to be like, hey, John, you're a huge cyclist, 10th in the nation in his age group, right? Like very, very powerful guy. Would love for him to just try this because I think in his mind, he's busy and he won't even look at the business, right? So that's one that's a little on my chicken list.
Okay, well, so do you want to approach him just to look at the product?
I kind of do, just because I know him and I've worked for him, and I just know how scattered I was his assistant. I just know he's not very organized, but I know he would really like to look at the product. So I'm thinking, gosh, I don't want to just send him the product. I'm thinking of going in my system in the back, not the automated one, just my prospect list, and sending him some videos about, you know, Richard said these are elite products for elite people, because those keywords, elite and pro, is what will get him.
Okay, cool. So you don't want to just go and send the videos without the conversation first. So definitely call him, have a conversation, say, you know what, I'm just kind of what you just shared with me. Like, I've been thinking about you and these products are amazing and I would love to share them with you. And if I send them to you, would you be interested in checking them out? And then say, I'm going to send you a couple videos so you get an idea of what they are. And, you know, with somebody like that, you could even go as far as saying, I just really value your opinion and I'd love to know after you try the products, if you like them, I'd love you to peruse the site and give me some feedback and let me know if you have anybody that you could refer to me who might be interested in getting involved with what I'm doing. So you could ask him for the referral base if you're not comfortable just coming right out and saying, hey, I want to have you take a look at what I'm up to. Would you be willing to check this out? You know, so it's totally up to you and your comfort level. If you can throw into your conversation with him about the fact that I am doing this as a business too, and you know, if you're a raving fan, you probably will share these with people, but it sounds like he's got a lot on his plate. So I do think with him, a good approach is the product side of it. You know, Mind will be amazing for him. Life Shots will be fantastic, and Vibe for on-the-go nutrition. So kind of a great fit for sure. Is he someone who you feel is an open person to what you would offer? Or are you scared he's going to shut you down?
No, he's fairly open. We have a good relationship. He knew my mom well. He you know, knows me, so he'd be open. He and his wife both.
Great. So there's a question here. Susan's wanting to know if you should name drop about the athletes that love the products. Absolutely. So if he's a real big athlete, and you know, Phil Jackson is definitely one that people love. go in there and find the athletes that would resonate with him, learn the stories quickly. You could even send those little blurbs to him. So you're going to probably pepper him with information, not give it all at once.
That's good. I name drop already a few of my fellow pro triathletes here in Houston. I've been name dropping, especially Phil's name. So
great.
Okay.
And are your triathlete people, are they Iron people or just triathlete people or what?
Yeah, most of them are Ironman and half Ironman distance. I have a few pro friends here that just specialize in Olympic distance, but yeah.
Awesome. So Audra Adair is also involved, and she's ranked one of the top women, Iron women. So she's a great one to go check out her story there.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so these are, do you feel confident with your 20s list?
I do.
Okay, so let's move to the next list, which is your automated system list. And so those names, again, you guys, right here are the 20 people you're going to invite. Okay, wait, actually, let's backtrack here. For the 15 who are in Houston, are you planning on doing face-to-face one-on-ones? Are you going to do a launch event? What are you going to do?
I'm going to do a launch event Thursday, October 22nd, and I'm going to invite. Some I've already invited to an event here and couldn't make it. I'm going to re-invite them, and those who can't come, I'm just going to put into one-on-ones or webinars.
Okay, perfect. So you're going to invite all these 15 who are local to your launch event.
Correct.
Awesome.
Yes, it's just Houston, so with traffic, good luck, but yes.
Yeah. And you know, because of that, a lot of these people, it might be more convenient for you to go to them. So when you're inviting them and they say they can't make it, you could say, hey, would it be helpful if I could come to you instead? You always just want to see how you can actually get in front of them. And if that's better, great. And if it's better for you to do a flip chart online like we are right now, then hey, that's great too. People are very busy these days, and finding the convenient way for them is really important. Okay, so we created the 20 names to invite face-to-face and then the 20 names to put in your APS along the lines of thinking that, you know, if you invite 20 people, 10 people will take a look. If you put 20 people through the APS, then 10 people will say, sure, I'll try a box. And so that equals your 20 boxes of your launch kit, right? Your business in a box kit. So, but what we don't want you to do here with the APS is just wildly put names in and try to frisbee out a bunch of product hoping that people are going to fall in love with it. So this is absolutely a tool for people who would never build at all the way you have already made your list. You're ready to talk to people. You're already talking to people. The APS is really meant for, you know, maybe that person, kind of like your CEO or CFO of Pete's Coffee. You know, you're kind of nervous. So you put them through the APS and you say, hey, I just sent you a great little thing. Check it out. But you want to make sure that you're giving these people a heads up that something's coming versus them just getting the email, okay? So, or these people could be people who you might have run into and you say, hey, I'm going to put you through our system so you see how easy it is. So this list is definitely a list you want to keep building, but not necessarily one that you're just going to go out and send out 20 names randomly, hoping that 1 or 2 of them or 5 of them catch. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I had a question about this when I was doing this. I thought I would still actually reach out to these 20 people over the phone, even, and I know you just said do a text, but so the first 20, obviously I would phone, but the second 20 I would phone as well, and then I would put them into my APS. Is that?
That's fantastic. There are some people who you're going to bring into the business, more so than not, who won't be comfortable phoning people. So we've made the APS system as yet another tool to help people who are not comfortable in having those conversations. And here's the vision is that, hey, if somebody doesn't make that first 20 names list and they do the APS names list and they get 1 yes, then they're more apt to all of a sudden be like, ooh, okay, now I'll go and talk to somebody. So this is just a tool. It works. It also shows people who are very busy, wow, I could build this business and it doesn't have to be always me. I can use the APS to support my growth.
Okay.
So you got that?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so here's just the last parts of the of your review. You've told me when your next launch event is. It's October 22nd,
Thursday.
October 22nd, and you're going to do it at your house, right? Cool. So you guys, if you don't have a house that you're comfortable using, you could do it. There's lots of towns where you can actually go into a restaurant in a great quiet back room they'll let you use, you know, clubs. There's little office spaces you could rent. So find maybe your sponsor would let you use their house. You don't have to use your house, but the great thing about using your own house, even if you have a teeny tiny little house, is that it shows people that you can really do this anywhere. So figure out where you're going to be having your launch event. You know what your link is to send to people to get started.
Yep.
So all of us have the same link. It would be now it's lifematters.net / your username / enroll. We'll take them right to your enrollment page. And let's talk about this. When do you have your goal of reaching the first rank advance, which is 2-star?
I want to do it by the end of this month before I travel.
Cool.
Ideally. Yeah.
And then I actually like to take it one step further, and when we revise this document, it will say this. When would you like to be at 3-star, which means you have your products for free, plus you get $100 cash?
I still would like the end of this month. But
Great. So that's your goal then. So by the end of October, you're going to be a 3-star.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Have you checked out the OxyFresh products? Have you gone in and looked around at those?
Them out. I'm not ordering any because even my auto ship right now is going to sit here for 7 months as I'm gone, which is unfortunate.
No, and you know, this is really for your team. If you are ordering and then your team starts ordering, it's just another bonus. And so we just want people to check them out, get comfortable with them, use them, and then if they like them, keep ordering them. So good for you to know where those are. Now, this is a really important piece right here, your story, your 5-minute story max. You want to get comfortable and powerful at this story, and what we find in the beginning is a lot of times people will just have lots of words just to fill space, and we want to get you to be tailored down to a concise, short story that has people go, wow, I want to take a look at what she's doing. So do you want to just whip yours out real quick?
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
A long time. Mine's not 5 minutes, so.
That's great. A minute's fine.
Okay. So it was pretty funny. Back in 2007, my mom and I were on a girls' trip through Italy, which is amazing if you've not been. And we came out of a restaurant, and she was laughing and giggling, but then she just stopped, and she grabbed my arm, and she said, "Kristen, I can't." And so I was like, all right, hop on. So I bent down, I picked up my mom, and I put her on my back, and we're walking towards the hotel, and her head is bouncing, and she leans over and very honestly says, "So this is what life is like at Kristen's speed." And I just laughed and almost fell over, tumbling mom down. And the reason her feet had kind of done that is that she couldn't walk with the treatment that she had for her disease at the time. And I just thought, you know what, enough is enough. And nutrition was important to me. And, you know, like your best friend, the person that you love most in life, if you could do something to help them, wouldn't you? And so I started on my path of nutrition, and I became a health coach, and I really wanted to reach out to people and do that. And the same token, I wanted to be with my mom and travel around the world with her, not being at a job. I wanted to see her because I realized when we were told she only had a few months to live, I mean, time is precious. So I didn't want to spend it doing something I didn't want to do, right? I want to be walking alongside my mom, not having her on my back. And so when I found something where you could really reach out to people, have a product or a company or a business that enables you to travel with your loved ones and then helps them feel better while you're traveling at the same time, that's huge to me. And that's what I found with network marketing. As I believe in the system, I believe in where it can take me. I believe in traveling the world and making lives and health better at the same time. So as a health coach, I can do that with people, but I'm limited because there's only one of me. But as I make a team around the world, I can really impact more lives, and it's fun. And I started this with my mom, and it was fun. So that's what I wanted to do, just spread that health and spread that fun throughout the world.
Wow. That is really powerful and really good. And you had me at, I carried her on my back. So, you know, that is just a really awesome story. You might be able to, I'm going to have you watch this recording, and you might be able to just tailor it down a little bit. There was a part where you talked about the system. If you're talking to somebody new, they're not going to know what a system is. So you always want to keep it in the language as if someone's never heard of what you're doing. But that was beautiful, Kristen. You are going to be a superstar here. Absolutely a superstar. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording. Thanks. Do you have any more questions in regards to the strategy review?
No, that was great. I love this back office. The tools are fabulous.
Okay, let me turn off the recording.